Yo, what's up with it? What's going on? Uh, man, I forgot I hit the button. Shit caught me off guard. I'm like, yo, what's up? No. Anyway, what's going on, man? Hopefully you all had a nice, prosperous night last night, man. That Portland game, man. God damn, man. Portland. I ain't even finna get into it though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, big shout out to my followers, you know what I'm saying? My subscribers, my Twitter followers, the family in the group. Y'all know it's all, it's all good, man. I can't thank you guys enough. Without y'all, it wouldn't be no me. So, and I thank everybody for the support, man. So, this time of the year is very volatile. One of my favorite times of the year, believe it or not. Preseason, I play preseason DFS. I bet whatever the case may be, and that's a hell of a time to be betting. It's a hell of a time to be playing DFS. You know what I'm saying? And right, just like this, the end of the season. It's a hell of a time to be betting. It's a hell of a time to be playing DFS. But if you're into in tune with the injury report and you stay on top of your news, you're doing your look. The whole season should have been practice. This is just like some of the great teams in the NBA and all the great teams. The whole regular season is practice. You gelling. You're trying to get this shit together. So, all the times that people have been telling you, like, and by the way, before I get into this, make sure you have Twitter and you're following at Fantasy Labs NBA. Because if you're not, you've been doing it wrong for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Don't be one of those guys that be like, or gals that be like, who's in, or how'd you know that player was out, or whatever the case. Don't be that person, okay? Find out how that person gets that information. Make sure you have Twitter. Make sure you're following at Fantasy Labs NBA. Make sure you're glued to your Twitter if you can. Okay, up until each game lock. Okay, because you need the maximum potential of whatever the case may, of whatever you can get out of these books, because they're gonna take whatever you give them for sure. So back to what I was talking about, the NBA being volatile. It's very volatile, but it's this time of the year, it can be heaven for a person that studies the injury report and is in tune with player performances and knowing knowing your personnel. Okay, because knowing your personnel, you need to know every person in the league. If you're doing same game parlays, prop betting, playing DFS, and betting on games, whatever the case may be, you need to know if this person out. You need to know who to pivot to and stuff like that. So if you missed out on it this year, then next year will probably be your time to shine. Okay. Oh damn! What was I gonna say? Um. mm, Betting against the injury report. Okay. If you caught my video yesterday, it was a prime example of what I was trying to explain to everybody, that I'm somebody who likes to bet on the injury report, bet against the injury report, because we know, you might know, and a lot of folks know when injuries and people sitting, when that's coming. Okay. So let me see something. Let me pull up the score real fast. Let's go to yesterday. I want to touch on, because this is something we're going to see. All right. This is one of the game that I said was going to be my favorite game for same game parlays. Was the Bulls versus the Raptors. Okay. So this was yesterday. Now, they ran an 8-man rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They ran an 8-man rotation. The Raptors did. It was tight. These are the things that you need to know, that we need to know, and we need to be on top of. They ran an 8-man rotation. We already knew this, okay? Tomby, he got hurt, I believe. But anyway, a lot of these folks got there, depending on, whatever the case may be, however you went about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Bimry, 39 minutes. 27 minutes for Harris, 43 minutes for Johnson. He had 35, 10, and 5. Flynn had 16, 4, and 7. Birch had 14, 5, and 2. So a lot of people got there. You know what I'm saying? So this is a preview of how for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to look for most teams. A lot of teams resting folks and whatever the case may be. So this is a prime example of how it's going to look. All right. You don't see no. This is the Raptors. There's no starters in there, whatever the case may be. So let's keep it moving. All right. Now I'm gonna talk about some players. I'm not even gonna get into all the players, whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna talk about some players, and I'm talk about the scenarios, who needs to play, who I feel needs to play, whatever the case may be. Remember, this video is for informational purposes. I'm not an expert. I'm no better than you. Okay, watching this video. Number 2, the gang in the group, y'all already know, Twitter followers and YouTube subscribers, whatever the case may be. We need to stick together in this. It's just going to take to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man. It's going to be fun as hell. If you're engaged, it's going to be fun. But it's going to take a village for us. It's going to take a village to knock these books upside their head, okay? It's going to take a village. And right now, there's some advantages to be taken. There's some opportunities to be taken advantage of right now as we speak on these books. But with all these injuries, all this in and out, if we ain't never stuck together, we need to stick together now, all right? All right, let's get to it. All right, Cleveland and Washington, we know. Cleveland and Washington, Washington, they playing, all right? They should be playing. Garland is questionable. I don't know why. They might be out to be playing spoiler. He hasn't played in a week or two, whatever the case may be. Garland and Chetty Osman, he's questionable, but we still need to know this injury situation. I believe the last time these two teams played, I don't remember if Washington. I think Cleveland might have won that game. West had a little mini triple-double, but I think Cleveland might have won that game. Don't quote me on that. But let's move on over. We already know what the deal is with that squad. One thing I do want to point out is Scott Brooks is a fucking bonehead, okay? Rui Hachimura, he's sticking with this limited shit. Whatever the case may be, y'all know the drill, man. You know, shucks. We get some people from the Cleveland resting. I'll definitely like somebody like Isaac Okoro. He's being aggressive, all right? He's being aggressive. So if we get guys like Garland, Sexton, Love, Osman, and guys like that out, you can look to guys like let me see, Okoro, because I know he's gonna play. You can look at guys like Damian Dotson, you know what I'm saying? So moving on over to Denver and Detroit. Michael Porter Jr., he sat out last game. So maybe he might play this game, and Nikola Jokic might sit. So that's something to keep an eye out on, but we're not even going to really too much touch on that. On the Detroit side is where things is going to get, seriously hectic. When you got Jeremy Grant out, Isaiah Stewart out, Mason Plumlee out, Corey Joseph out, Frank Jackson out, Hamio Diallo is questionable. He might as well sit his ass out. And then Ellington is out. So you can look to guys like Jahlil Okafor. I'm quite sure he'll be on the books. Ain't no telling I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how sharp they are, all right? We're going to see how sharp they are with these numbers, with these props, with these odds. We're going to see. Let's see. Who else? Tyler Cook. He going to have to play minutes, okay? Tyler Cook going to have to play minutes. Saban Lee, we already know. Diallo, if he plays, it is what it is. Sekou Doumbouya, he going to have to play minutes. So those guys, Killian Hayes and Josh Jackson, you know, Killian Hayes and Jock Jackson and Sadiq Bey, those boys are going to be forced out there. All right. So they're going to have about 7, 8, and no more than 9 guys. I believe they're going to have 7. I believe they're going to have 8 guys, and they're going to be forced out there. Same thing, 8-man rotation, maybe 9. I probably want to say 8-man rotation, and they got to get out there and ball. Okay, they got to get out there and ball. In the event, I mean, we have to wait and see. We know the news for Detroit. Wait for the news for Denver, and then we'll figure shit out from there. All right. We're going to have to wait. Not that long. All right. Orlando and Philly. Philly need to win one of their last 2 games, and they'll clinch the number 1 seed. How they going to do it, I don't know. When they going to plan to do it, I don't know. All right. As of now, Mo Bamba is ruled out. Mo Bamba is ruled out. One thing about this Orlando team, I just can't get to them. I'm not even fucking with them for the simple fact that they running a lot of guys out there. Okay, they run a lot of guys out there. Who I'd rather talk about. I'd rather talk about a few. Okay, let's say. And this, they got. I think Philly got 2 games left. One of these games they're gonna have to rest. So I imagine they go ahead and knock Orlando off so they can rest for the last game or whatever the case may be. And then I think they play Orlando back to back too. So just go ahead and dust them on off today and get it on over with. But let's say they dust them off today and then they play on the next game. All right. Let's say if the next game, let's say they play what? The next game probably be Sunday. So let's say, so y'all can be prepared for this shit already. Let's say MB, Simmons, Harris, Curry, and Danny Green sit. You got guys like you're gonna have Forkmar. Shake Milton will be probably my favorite play because Shake Milton can ball, and then Dwight Howard. Those will probably be my 2 favorite plays out of the reserves. Mike Scott deserves an honorable mention, but those would be my 2 favorite plays out of reserves for Sunday. Okay, because I got to feel that Philly gonna try to knock them off today so they can rest. That's only right. And then I have no interest with anything over there on the Orlando side, Cole Anthony. But like I said, they running 10, 11 guys out there, man. I don't really too much like that. All right. Utah, OKC. There's going to be some rest candidates here. I don't know, man. This shit crazy. Anyway, Teo Maladon coming back from he should be available to play. He had a 1 game absence from the foot from on account of his foot. Okay, Ty Jerome might not play. All right, he might not. He probably will play. If he does play, if he doesn't play, then that's more minutes for Maladon. Okay, he's a guy that you could probably look to for assists or whatever the case may be. But a few buckets, whatever the case may be. But Darius Baisley, this is going up. This defense hasn't been what we wanted. A Utah defense hasn't been, what it's been cracked up to be as of late. But he's been flashing upside. Darius Baisley has been flashing upside. So double digits in his last 15 games, and then he's had less than 15 points twice three times in his last 15 games. So he's firmly in play. Dort probably going to be out, and then Moses Brown is starting to try to turn that corner. Okay, but I didn't see this guy get 20 rebounds before. You know what I'm saying? 17, 18, 13, whatever the case may be. So he does have Tony Bradley breathing down his back. All right. So Tony Bradley, he's been breathing down his back. Playing, the rest of the minutes at the 5, so whatever the case may be with that. It's hard to know and to pinpoint who they're going to be put on the books, but we just have to wait and see. Pokusevski, he played a lot of minutes, but he didn't. He rarely doesn't do a ton with all his minutes, but he does go out there and shoot. His odds are pretty decent on the books, but like I said, I don't know what's really going to happen with this one. On keep an eye out for the rest candidates over here on the Utah side. Anybody can be out. Mike Conley is questionable. He could probably possibly be in for I don't fucking know why, but it is what it is. So this game is a throwaway game right here. They, OKC, they just want to lose so they can get their lottery picks or whatever the case may be. Toronto and Dallas, interesting right here. Okay, so Toronto, we seen what happened. I just gave you guys a preview of what happened against the Bulls. So we already know what's going to happen. But what I do want to point out is Utah Watanabe is questionable. And if he left the game, all right, with a little ankle injury or whatever the case may be. So I know a lot of folks, primarily in DFS, and the books got voids, DFS got burned. When they said Chris Boucher and I think who was that? What's that boy name? They was available to play. Gary Trent Jr. They got a DNP. So unless I hear words that they starting or whatever the case may be, then I'll go to them. But other than that, I ain't fucking with them. All right. But Keem Birch firmly in play. Malachi Flynn, Jalen Harris, Stanley Johnson, Gillespie, these guys are firmly in play. All right. On the Dallas side of things, do as you will. Do as you will. I don't even have to touch on none of these guys. Moving on over to the Clippers and the Houston game. I believe, hey, look at these guys. They're staring you in the face. They want to sit down so well. Look at Paul George. They're like, man, they're looking at me like, man, now you ain't got to talk about us because we sitting down. All right, Joe. All right. Anyway, so these two motherfuckers right here, I'm quite sure they're going to be sitting down, okay? So Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, but I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Let's see what happens. These guys should be rest candidates. Serge Ibaka should make a grand appearance today. Of course, he should be limited. So, keep that in mind. He might get out there and get his feet wet. So see what's up with that. Ivica Zubac, I remember last week they tried to get him to get some rest, and Zubac said he didn't want to rest. Okay, it's just the toughness, man. That's the toughness. That's what we like nowadays. But we need to keep an eye on the injury report. All right, now. If you get those guys out and you get somebody that play like Marcus Morris Sr., if he plays and the Kawhi and them is out, I like the play. I like him on the books, whatever the case may be. Terrence Mann, I'm going to like him. Boy gets buckets, whatever the case may be. I'm going to like him on the books, okay? He's going to be a nice play. Rondo, I don't know what they gonna do with Rondo. I don't know. One thing we know about Rondo, though, he can put up some points, man. He can put up some assists, whatever the case may be. He might want to get out there and have him a ball. So he would probably be firmly in play. Nicholas Batum and Luke Kennard. All right. Marcus Cousins, Big Boogie. I don't know what they gonna do, man. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. But you get where Boogie started, man. You got to fire him up. You know what Boogie Nights can do something, all right? Now, on the Houston side of things, it's terrible, all right? Limits. Kelly Olynyk, he's got that limit, man, like that 23, 24 limit. You know what I'm saying? 24-minute limit. So, unless you're confident, man, just go ahead. There's going to be some reserves, whatever the case may be, but I would rest him if I was them. Guys I like is Martin, and they haven't been trying to push Jayshawn Tate, so I don't know, man. I might have to shy away from him. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but KJ Martin Jr. for sure, Kyrie Thomas for sure, Armani Brooks is in play for sure. Daquan Jeffries, don't even look at him. They just waived him. All right. DJ Augustine, he's on the limit with them guys. I'm not messing with him. I don't care what he do. You just got to have that type of attitude. Big Cameron Oliver, yeah, he's in play too. So keep an eye out for the injury news, then we know which way to go. All right. Sacramento and Memphis. All right. Sacramento knocked out. All right, they ain't got nothing to play for. Memphis and Golden State. Okay, I'm gonna touch on these two teams right here. I'm gonna bunch these two teams up right here. These two games up right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off this stream. All right, Sacramento is out. Memphis and and Golden State. They have these Friday games don't mean nothing to them. Okay? These two teams face each other on Sunday for the tiebreaker. What is that? I think for the 8th seed, the play-in before the play-in. All right? These two teams got to play Sunday. Memphis and Golden State. These boys need to, so I'd imagine they're going to be resting. They're going to be resting. So head on to the books and do what you got to do. Do what you feel you want to do. All right. Now, Golden State, well, I ain't going to touch on them. I'm going to go right here. Now, if you get Ja Morant out, Valanciunas out. He was already questionable last game, but he went on ahead and played. Valanciunas, if you get out Dylan Brooks and Jackson Jr. and Anderson and whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure Jackson Jr. will probably be out, but you can look to guys like you gotta wait for the books though. DeAnthony Melton, a great play with Ja out, running the show at the point guard. Brandon Clark. Xavier Tillman, what's my boy name? Bang, Desmond Bang. So, and then you guys got to keep an eye out on the Sacramento side. Got to keep an eye out what's going on. Okay, I don't expect Rashawn Holmes to play. He got hurt last night. If he does, then man, I don't know. Man, he need to be packing his bags and just going about his business. Anyway, but this game could turn to something, all right? It's going to be these be money makers right here. Because for the simple fact that you might get Buddy Hield out tonight, all right? You might get Rashawn Holmes out tonight, okay? So that leaves you with I guess Metu, who will be firmly in play. I think he'll probably start at the center. Yes, give me some of that. Or no, Damian Jones might start at the center. So because Jones came in for Holmes when he went out. So you might get Jones at the center. You might get Clark at the power forward. You might get Metu bagging him up. I don't know. Yeah. You might get Metu bagging him up. The 4 and the 5, bagging up the 4 and the 5. You might get Desmond Bane. I forgot they had Winslow over there. So we'll have to see what they put on the books and see who's out. All right. Oh, man. Okay, now for New Orleans and Golden State. All right. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, they already knew the business. They just sit back waiting. They already been named questionable. They listed questionable already. All right. Brandon Ingles questionable. Lonzo Ball out. Whatever the case may be, they ain't gonna be playing now. Oubre, Hart, all those guys out. Okay. So on the Golden State side, he might not be listed, but they did get Jordan Bell back. So do I see him in the player pool? No, I don't see him right now. Eric Paschal. In the event that Curry, Draymond, Wiggins, Oubre probably gonna be out anyway. Wiseman is already out, and maybe Looney. Looney. In the event those guys are out, okay, you can look at. I don't know. They probably gonna have to have a certain amount of available bodies. So I don't know about the Kent Bazemore thing, but he'll probably be out there playing, man. So Juan Toscano Anderson, he's gonna be in play. All right. He solidified himself a spot. You know, Jordan Poole, you know what I'm saying? He can come in and get buckets. He gonna be, one of them guys. All right. Kevin Looney, I don't know he might have to play. I don't know. If he don't play, you can look to Eric Paschal. Eric Paschal ready to go. Alan Smaligic, you know what I'm saying? He comes in and, sparks some upside. So those are the guys that you're going to be, are going to be that you're going to be looking at. And Gary Payton also, you know what I'm saying? So we have to get a grasp on these starting lineups, and then, we can start making our moves. On the OKC, on the Golden, on the New Orleans side of things, I don't know if Eric Bledsoe will play. I have to go in and check out their available players on their roster, because I know you got to have 8, and then all of them don't have to play. You know what I'm saying? You can have 8 players, but all of them don't have to play. I don't see why they would play Eric Bledsoe, but that's neither here nor there. Nickeil Alexander Walker gets buckets. Can't wait to throw him up there for some props. Hernan Gomez, he's gonna be thirsty. James Johnson, yes, these boys here, they're gonna be out there scoring, okay, getting peripherals and all of that. Jackson Hayes, we don't know the status of Steven Adams right now. Keep an eye out on that. So Kira Lewis Jr. I would love for Eric Bledsoe to be out, so Kira Lewis Jr. could really shine, but he still gets buckets no matter the case. No matter what the case is. Now, that'll just about do it for the video. What I do want to let you guys know is this: these guys' usage are going to be elevated. Each and every one of these guys, when they rule out these players, each and every one of these players, and their usage is going to be elevated, because none of the starters are going to be out there with them. At least I think right now. But we have to wait for the injury report to come out so we can see. But like I said, none of those big time usage players are going to be around, so they're going to be out there running around like a chicken with their head cut off, man. You know what I'm saying? And we can't miss this money, because the books, I don't know, man. They in the lab right now. They in the lab right now trying to figure out these odds they're gonna put up here. You know what I'm saying? We think we in the lab. We got to get in the lab, figure out how we gonna crack their ass. All right. Now, betting against the injury report. Betting against the injury report. That's just it's self-explanatory. Right now, they probably don't have the players out. I haven't looked over the books. I know they don't got the players out because they know just like we know. But they do got some for us to eat off of up here. Like, you know, look at that Golden State Warriors total steady going down. I seen it. Now it was at last time I checked, it was at 5.5. Now it's 2.5. Like how? Why? They know. So hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up. Peace.